Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we're going to take a look at restoring this vintage Masters of the Universe Roton as produced by Mattel in the 80s. As you can see here we have Skeletor sitting in his Roton. Now initially it doesn't look like there's much that needs doing to this Roton, but there are a couple of things missing that do need to be found, like the guns, and it's also missing the front two stickers here, which are the eyes. They have at some point been replaced by little glow-in-the-dark stickers. Now if you look to get some reproduction stickers online, the only ones that you'll find are these sort of outer ones, and the ones on the front are missing. That's because these two eyes were factory sort of added to the toy. So today I'm going to try and clean this all up, and we're going to rework and remake some stickers for these eyes, and hopefully be able to find some guns and get this looking as good as new. So let's get started on this restoration. So the first thing really that we've got to do with this Roton, if I just remove Skeletor, is probably give it a really good clean. You can see this is absolutely filthy. This has been in someone's loft for a very long time. Most of the toy is actually in reasonable condition. There's a few scratches on the bottom, which is what you'd expect, and the sort of rotational bit still works. The way this toy works is when you roll this wheel, the outer spikes spin around. So if I just show you, that section actually still works, and I've never seen one of these where it doesn't work. But really the main problem is dirt and these missing stickers. As I mentioned now, these are factory added stickers. These ones obviously aren't. These are just some little glow in the dark stickers which we can easily remove. They're not even held on particularly well. And I've seen a few people selling sort of replacement stickers on eBay, but the stickers they're selling are actually pretty poor quality and also wrong. So I will make some that are a perfect match that everyone can use. So first thing we've got to do is give this a good clean. Now I've removed these stickers and there's a little bit of residue there, so I'm just going to use some lighter fluid and a Q-tip here, or a cotton bud as we call them in the UK. Put a little bit of lighter fluid on that, and I can just use that to remove the sort of sticker residue that's left there. And I'll do that before I give the whole thing a clean, just to make it a little bit easier. Let me do the same on this side. Lighter fluid is really the best way of removing sticker residue. It really does get rid of it and doesn't damage the toys at all. So you can see there, that is removed, and now that's done, I'm going to take this downstairs and give it a good wash, just using some hot soapy water and a toothbrush so that I don't have to get these stickers too wet. Normally I would probably replace the stickers, but these ones are in reasonable condition. They actually look pretty good, so I'm just going to sort of carefully wash around them so that I don't have to replace those. There's a little bit of damage to that one, so maybe I'll sort of sort that one out, but otherwise I think this is actually in pretty good condition. So let's give this a good clean, and then we can start work on the other bits. After a wash like that, it already starts to look an awful lot better. There's a few minor little sort of paint marks inside. I guess this is where the figures have rubbed on the black plastic, and you can just about see them there. These we can again get rid of just by using a little bit of lighter fluid. And again, I'm going to use the same cotton bud from earlier. Just a bit of lighter fluid on that. I should be able to just sort of gently rub on those and they will come off. You can see they come off pretty easily. There's just a few inside, and if you're doing a restoration it's worth just doing like all the bits you can in one go. There you go, it's just a real quick sort of last sort of finished job. Then there's a couple around the sort of headrest. Final few bits of dirt in there. It just makes it look as new as you possibly can get, so it's worth doing. In fact, I can see there's another little white one there. When you start cleaning, you start to notice all of these things, especially as the toy gets cleaner and cleaner, they start to stand out a bit more. There's another one there as well. Working under these bright lights makes it really easy to see them. Now that bit's done, we can move on to remaking these missing eye decals on the front. Before I start doing any Photoshop work, I actually need to work out a pattern that matches the shape of these eyes. And the way I normally do that is just to get some paper. I've got a little bit of paper here that I've already sort of marked up, and push it into where the sticker needs to go, and sort of mark with a pencil, and then chop it down, just sort of cutting off edges with a pair of scissors until I get something that fits. And I can normally get something pretty accurate. You can see that's a pretty good sort of match there to the original eye. Obviously this is mirrored onto the other side, and I can then use this as my basis for making the new sticker. I will scan this in on a flatbed scanner and then spend some time in Photoshop. So for the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes, this video is just going to be me doing some Photoshop, because a lot of people have asked to see more of what I do in Photoshop. So if that's boring to you, skip forward to the end of this video and you can see how this restoration goes on. But if you're interested in seeing some Photoshop work, then please carry on watching. And here we have a printout of the file I made. This took me about half an hour to sort of finally sort of get these looking as I wanted. And this has then been printed onto some sticky back glossy printer paper, because the original stickers have a little bit of a sheen to them. You can see they're sort of quite shiny, and so this should match quite nicely. Now these are a sort of perfect match to the original ones. The other ones I've seen online that don't look accurate to me are basically someone has taken a photo of one side of the eye and flipped it, so these little highlights are in the wrong positions. If you look at the original toy, you should have highlights that sort of are right to left on both eyes, and the eyes are markedly different, so that's what I've created here. All we need to do now is actually cut these out and stick them in place and see what this Roton looks like. So I've got a pair of scissors here. Let's get cutting. I've now got both of these eyes cut out, and we can fit them onto the toy. Just a case of peeling off the backing and then lining them up. That already makes quite a big difference, doesn't it? Roton's not the same without his eyes. Now we had the other one. There we go, that really does make quite a big difference, just sticking the eyes back on that. Now this file will be available for free from toy-polloi.com, and if you need these outside stickers, then you can get those from the toyjesus.com website. He has scans of quite a lot of these sticker sheets, and those are perfectly good to print out. Now that I've got the eye stickers replaced, this Roton is almost ready to go. The only things it is missing are the two guns, and I have to say a big thank you to Przemek Bukowski, who very kindly sold me these two guns. The guns are actually relatively easy to find. To be honest, this whole toy is quite an easy one to find, so you don't really need to do much to them. They come with two little clips that clip into holes on the front. If those clips are broken, then you can replace them just by cutting off the bits, and I've shown you plenty of times before how to sort of drill in holes and add bits of Lego to sort of make new clips. So I would just do the same technique on this, but let's put these ones in place, just clip them on, and there we have a fully working Roton with brand new eye stickers, which really do sort of finish it off. And if I push this along and backwards, you can see the blades spin around as it moves. So it's a fairly simple toy, but with the little sort of bits missing, like the guns and the eye stickers, it didn't look like much, and now that I've added them, it looks really great. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Bas van der Heuvel, who very kindly donated the remains of this Roton, and that's it. That's the restoration all done. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.